In this video, I will show you how we most often use markers in our studio. We typically use quite a lot tags. This is so that we have the entire model divided by structures. So when we are working on a construction project, we have it divided strictly by materials. The entire model is structured this way. For a while, we tried having each floor on its own layer, but that was a total nightmare. An enormous number of layers, and it was not clear at all. That is exactly why we developed the Markers plugin, where I can incorporate individual floors. We use it most often for floors, so I will create basic height levels for this family house. I will add the foundations there. We have two floors here. Uh, and I also divide the exterior elements around the house. Now I can categorize it. I usually start with the exterior. That is the easiest to do. I can turn it off just like this, and once it is off, I can see what I have already sorted. Now for this demonstration, I will also add this carport there. The building remains. I will also add to paved areas. This is a work in progress model. Not everything is here in detail, but it will be enough for the concept. Now I will start sorting by construction, that is, by height levels. I will put this into the roof like this. I can turn off the roof and assign other further part. Let's say I added there. I don't have it created here. Marker for ceilings. I will put that into the roof for now as well. Next, I will add the second floor there. I will turn it off so that I can, for example, it is best done this way. In a perpendicular view, I can easily select all the elements. Now I could also create a ceiling there. I will just leave it in level 2 for now. I will switch back to the perpendicular view. So let's put this here. I would separate the stairs. Well, let's put this into the foundations. Of course, everyone will handle it their own way. And I will put the rest into level 1. Now, when I turn on the whole model, so I have a nice breakdown. I still have the same tags there. I can combine them. For example, I will turn off thermal insulation. So the thermal insulation, yes, I can turn it off in the layers, and at the same time, I can turn it on or off by floor. I can use it, for example, at least that is how I use it, when I have external references, models pulled from AutoCAD. That is how I can switch into floor plans. I will turn on for a level 1, only level 1. I will update. And from now on, I see the floor plan with the reference. I have this reference and I can simply check if I have everything correct. Here I can already see, for example, that there are some deviations. I can also prepare level 2 in the same way. And after updating the scenes, it will work for me. Whether I model anything now, for example, I will model a cube here. I will put it in level 1 and I will have it in level 1. It will not be in level 2. So this is how I organize the model by floor levels in combination with materials, depending on which phase I am in. In studies, I have simpler layers, while in the project, I already have precise structural layers. There are plenty of other auxiliary layers, so we actually use a large number of different layers, and markers significantly reduce their count precisely because we can create various combinations. So, because the scenes remember that setting, I can then update it here. So, depending on which scene I am in, it can switch it nicely for me. I can extend that functionality, for example, with versions. And if I do not want to have many models, I can create several versions. For example, 01, 02. I'll put it into versions. And for example, if I wanted to have, let's say, a higher roof, I will now select everything from the roof and make a copy. I will now make a group out of this. I will also make a group out of this roof. And for example, I will mark this as version 1, and it's Ruth. I will turn off so it is easier for me to work with. I will put this whole thing into version, let us say 2. Let's say this would be higher version. I will just quickly enlarge it by eye now. Or let's put it back. Right. And now basically I could create, say, version 1, version 2, right? And I can, of course, combine them what I will have in version 1. For example, this window could be in version 1, while in version 2 it could be different. So it will be in version 1 and version 2, but not in version 1. It can be combined in various ways. I primarily use these height levels. Sometimes I also use these versions. So there are really many options for how everyone can customize it to their needs.